Reporting emergencies. In this learning activity, you will be able to practice the use of reported speech regarding requests and instructions. To do so, you're going to learn about reporting verbs, what they are and how they work when you want to report what a person asks you to do. This time, you will enter the world of emergencies. You will also learn about how to report emergencies, how to reach to them, as well as the vocabulary related to the emergencies and first aid. Introductory material. Dear learner, this material will help you study the topics related to Learning Activity 4. You will learn about 1. Reporting instructions and requests. 2. How to deal with emergencies. Let's begin. One. Reporting instructions and requests. A. Listen to the following conversation about a medical emergency. 911, what's your emergency? My friend is on the floor. He's injured. He won't respond when I say his name and his eyes are rolled back in his head. Is he unconscious? Yes, I think. He's severely injured. He fell off a ladder and... Okay, what's your name and what is the address where you are? My name's Nicole. We're at 178 Sesame Street. Okay, Nicole. What's your address? It's 178 Sesame Street. Got it. An ambulance is on its way now, okay? What's your friend's name? His name is Richard Dawson. Please tell him to hurry. I don't know what to do. I don't want him to die. Can you tell me what to do? Yes. First of all, is he breathing? Yes. Now, check for his pulse. Does he have a pulse? Yes. Can you just try to keep calm? Now, can you see any wounds, bumps, bruises, cuts, swelling, bleeding? Yes, there's a cut in his head and he's bleeding there. There's a big bump where he hit his head in the fall. Okay, listen carefully, Nicole. Get some gauze or clean cloth and place it over the wound. Apply pressure, but do not move him. This will help stop the bleeding. Okay, hang on. I'm looking for some gauze. Okay, I found some and I'm applying pressure. And if it doesn't work, well, elevating him could help, but I don't think you should risk moving him. Just keep calm until the ambulance arrives. How long will it take? He looks really pale. Richard, answer me. Okay, don't hang up until the paramedics arrive. The bleeding is slowing down, and I think I can hear the ambulance approaching. Are you sure? Nicole, are you there? Yes, I'm sorry. I have to go. The paramedics are here. Okay, that's good. How many people are there with you? There are 2 paramedics and a police officer. Okay, that's all I can do for you, Nicole. Oh, thank you so much for your support. Anytime. Goodbye. Bye. Days later, Nicole is chatting with Joanna about Richard's traumatic accident. Read their conversation and pay special attention to the highlighting phrases. B. Now, study the charts about reported speech with introductory verbs. Direct speech instructions. You must keep calm. Reported instructions. He commanded me to keep calm. Don't hang up the phone. He ordered me not to hang up the phone. Get some gauze or a clean cloth. He instructed me to get gauze or a clean cloth. Apply pressure. He also suggested applying pressure. He also suggested that I apply pressure. Direct speech requests. What is your name? Reported requests. She demanded to know my name. Can you just try to keep calm? She asked me to keep calm. In English, when we report what other people say, we use reported speech. Some situations require us to use different verbs from ask or tell. For example, if the direct speech is an imperative like, don't move him, the reported statement will reflect not only the written message, but also the intention of the speaker. By using imperatives, you are giving instructions, so that is the intonation and reported statement is going to have. Such reported intention will look like this. He ordered me not to move him. In that case, the verb order is a reporting verb. As you notice in the previous charts, there are some other verbs such as command, suggest, instruct, among others. The following chart shows the most common reporting verbs, the specific grammar pattern they follow, and what intention they represent. Reporting verb. Grammar pattern. Direct speech. Reported speech. In the previous chart, the subject of the reported statement can be he or she because it is not clearly identified as male or female. If the context gives us that information, the proper subject should be used. Notice also that the second column shows the grammar pattern that the reporting verb follow, and the reported statements exemplify their use in bold. 2. How to deal with emergencies. A medical emergency is a situation where someone's life or health is threatened suddenly. There are some guidelines you can follow in order to know how to react appropriately when confronted with a medical emergency. In a medical emergency, follow this protocol. A. Dial the emergency number. In Colombia, we use 123. B. The operator will ask you about the emergency. C. Give him or her detailed information. D. Provide your personal information, i.e. name, age, location, contact numbers, etc. E. Follow the instructions given by the operator. F. Stay on the phone until you are told to do otherwise. Those simple steps will give you the chance to provide the person in need with proper assistance. It is recommended not to give first aid if you're not a trained expert, but there are some circumstances where there is not much time left and it is better to react. In case you find yourself obligated to give first aid on your own, the next chart gives you clear information on how to proceed in specific emergencies. Medical emergency. Unconsciousness. How can you help? 1. Check for responsiveness. If the person does not have any reaction to physical or auditory stimuli, call the emergency number. 2. While the ambulance arrives, open their airway. Tilt the head back and lift the chin. 3. Push down on the center of the chest 30 times. 4. Pinch nose and blow until the chest rises. Give 2 breaths. Each breath should take 1 second. 5. Repeat steps 3 and 4 with 30 pumps and 2 breaths until the ambulance arrives. Choking. 1. Bend the person forward to the waist and give 5 back blows between the shoulder blades and the heel of one hand. 2. Give 5 abdominal thrusts. Place a fist with the thumb side against the middle of the person's abdomen and cover your fist with your other hand. 3. Continue sets of 5 back blows and 5 abdominal thrusts until the person can breathe. Bleeding. 1. Cover the injury with a sterile dressing. 2. Apply direct pressure until the bleeding stops. 3. Use a bandage to cover the dressing. Sprain. 1. Rest the joint. 2. Put ice on it. 3. Put on a bandage. Anaphylactic shock. 1. Ask the person if he has an epinephrine shot to treat an allergic reaction. 2. If the person says he needs to use an epinephrine shot, this is usually injected in the person's thigh. 3. Lay the person on his back. 4. Remove tight clothing and cover the person with a blanket. Don't give the person anything to drink. 5. Turn the person on his side to prevent choking in case of vomiting or bleeding. 6. If there are no signs of breathing, begin CPR and wait for help. Contextualization. Read and analyze the following text about a person's stroke episode. When I walked into the locker room at work, I realized something was wrong. I couldn't speak. I tried to pick up my lock, but my right hand couldn't grab it. For Ruth Junius, the sudden onset of a stroke was as bewildering as it was frightening. One of my coworkers noticed something was wrong and asked if I could write. With my left hand, I scribed 911 on a piece of paper. Luckily, my friend knew the signs of stroke and got help. She called an ambulance and I was rushed to the emergency room. The doctors ran some tests and gave me some medication. Within 10 minutes, I could speak again. The fact that her coworker knew the signs of stroke and understood the importance of prompt medical attention in an emergency may have saved Junia's life. Today, Ruth understands much more about this affliction that happens to 700,000 Americans each year, and which is more common among African Americans than any other racial or ethnic group in the United States.